Hey Capricorn, happy summer. Busy bees, busy bees. Let's see if we can get your cards out for the first 10 days of August. Capricorn in love and money. Whoa. This kind of, I'm not really sure which way it wanted to go. Okay. Okay, Cap. First 10 days of August in love and money. Oh boy. Okay. Second 10 days. Oh, hold up. Y'all got a lot going on. G-Man, welcome home. All right. Two more for the middle of August. Second decan of August, love and money for our Capricorns who need a little push in the right direction. All right. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Appreciate all that support and engagement. Last 10 days for Capricorn, love and money. Ooh. Okay. We're all in this together. Okay. And oof. Only the strong survive. And your advice is the Ace of Wands in reverse. So I don't see the Two of Swords here, but kind of getting the gist that you try to say what's on your mind. You try to wait for a sign or something, and it feels like, oh, I said I didn't see the Two of Swords there, and it was right behind. So, yeah. Originally, I was going to say the best action is inaction in this glorious month of August. So, let's get started, shall we? First up, first 10 days of August, you've got the Six of Cups here it's in the upright. That's good. So it feels like you're really thinking in the first 10 days about, in your love relationships, you're thinking about some better times, old relationships, someone who really captured your heart, your interest. It's not easy for you to switch gears like that. It takes a while for you to get over it. And I know it might seem like, if someone ever really loves me, how can they just stop? So it feels like you're trying to go back. You want to recapture it. You're still trying to see if there's any way that you can get that old thing back here in your love relationships. As far as your money goes, it feels like you're willing to do whatever it takes here I feel like you want to be back friends with someone. You want to just at least have some kind of relationship with them at this point, right? So you're trying to see what you could give. You're trying to think how you can be more charitable to get people to see your true intentions here. Okay? The first 10 days of August. Then you have this King of Wands here that popped out, and how it popped out, it was like, I don't know if it wanted to be reversed or not. And what this is saying, especially in relation to all the other cards here on the board, is that you're not really sure what action you should take. What's the best course of action here? It feels like I have to read it from both angles here. In love, it feels like on one hand, you're thinking like, you know the best way, you know what to do. And on the other hand, it's like you don't know how your actions will be received, you know? You don't know if people are taking you for granted, or if whatever you decide to give to them, if they won't come around. I feel like if they won't, you have a very specific end game. Like, you don't mind if you know that this person, this love interest from your past, is someone who appreciates your sense of style and your sense of responsibility and how you like to cherish and spoil your love interest. So that feels like it might be the right way to go. Like, maybe if I just buy them a gift or give them something, you really have it in your heart, you want to give to people, to someone, but you're not sure that if you do give it, will they see things your way? Will they come back around? Or will they just say thanks and you're just out of your money, out of your effort wasted? Okay. It feels like you might have come across like some extra money. You have a great idea, and the one person that you would love to share it with, it seems like they're not messing with you. They're not jiving with you. You know, things are different. Cole Steven, thank you for the hearts. Listen, Cole Steven, Hazelnut, kick off your shoes, wash your hands, make yourself a plate, make yourself a drink, you family now. Thank you for the fave. Okay, so Capricorn, as far as your money this month, it's like you're torn between whether you just keep working and saving up, and or if you try to splurge a little bit, try to buy back someone, you know, put more effort into showing them how much you care, how much, you know, even if it's as far as like your job, your relationships, whatever it is, it just feels like you are on the fence about whether or not you should put more of your effort and your attention into what you're doing with your money here. It seemed like it could all have been so simple, but something from the past is like you want to go back to the way things were, and it's trying to find the way forward with a broken heart here. I hope that is making sense for you. Go Gadget, what's up? Okay, first 10 days of August, Capricorn. You also have the 5 of Cups here, and this feels like it's like deeply subconsciously. It's not on the surface. No one else would even guess that this is how you are really feeling, but it's there below the surface. There's something about the reason why you want to go back is because you don't want to accept that this relationship has failed. You can't wait it out. You can't work on it anymore. It is over. Okay. And if I think it's so much resting on, you have put such a high standard on yourself. Like, if I wasn't able to make that relationship work, I won't be able to make any relationship work. And I feel like you are judging yourself too harshly. Maybe it was just bad timing. Maybe it was just time for you to move forward, to really actualize your vision, how you want things to go, not only trying to please others. Okay. I feel like the things that make you feel rich, of like a lot of that past relationship, a lot of how things were is what made you feel rich. It made you feel secure and comfortable. And now that you don't have it, you're kind of facing in the first 10 days of August is like, should have been, it should have went this way. It should have worked out in a better way. I should have, could have, would have. As far as your money, it's like you had some opportunities in the past that you didn't really think were worth the effort. You didn't give enough emotional support to it. It feels like you were paused on dreaming about something, like you weren't willing to open up and dream about your future. And now it feels like that option has been taken off of the table, but you have to think positive now about your future, Capricorn. It's like if you can't be with this person, you don't see a future for yourself. That you have to really take stock of what makes you tick. And don't be afraid to be a little whimsical, to have a fantasy, because that's what makes life worth living, chasing your dreams. Not only fulfilling your responsibilities, you have to also be willing to chase your dreams, to dream a dream. Okay? So, towards the middle of the month, you have the 5 of Wands here in reverse. So it's like 2 5s, 6 5 4. I'm just feeling like you're really at a turning point this month on where is your future, where is it going. I feel like you want to take a chance in the middle of the month here to try to see where you can get back in, where you can fit in with your partner, with this old love. And it feels like, you might have tried in the past, you tried one way and you're trying to figure out a different way. But I think if you approach it from a situation where it's not like giving someone an ultimatum, like, hey, you want to get back together, but more just like, hey, I'm really considering, remember that thing that we had talked about doing before? Have you gotten to do it yet? I'm considering, should I still do it? Maybe just asking for advice in another way to kind of get an insight into what is making this person veer away from you or towards you, vice versa. You're going to have to be a little bit more suave to understand where things went wrong in the past in order to see a good outcome in the future. Jameson, hey, welcome home. Okay, Capricorn, when this 5 of Wands is in reverse, as far as your finances go toward the middle of the month, it feels like, I said, you've got to really focus on having a dream first, not being afraid to look at the future in a bright and whimsical way. If you just have, accumulating money and doing whatever, society says you should do with your money, whatever, the stock market says to do, like, you can continue just moving like that, but it doesn't fulfill you. Awesome. So, I feel like don't be afraid to daydream here, okay? Don't be afraid to come up with, dream bigger, have that vision. it's like, lighten up, and you will lighten up and try to see the good in things, not only the bad or the downfall, the pitfalls of everything. Okay. Oh, somebody was like touching me earlier, and I feel like, anyway. Capricorn, in the center of your reading, you have this Page of Swords here. Cap, listen. You're trying to gather some information from with outside of yourself. You're trying to see what makes other people tick, what makes other people work. I feel like you've seen someone from your past in a new light, and now it's time to try and enjoy it. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Like, can you just have fun for a day? Can you just be spontaneous? Can you, if there's something like that, it doesn't always have to be so all or nothing. Okay. As far as your money goes, it feels like you've gathered enough information. You've done your research now. You have enough. Now it's just a matter, like I said, of charging forward on something that you believe in. You have to come up with your dream. You have to focus and figure out your dream. And your dream, it can't, the difference between a dream and just surviving, living versus surviving. Like, I just pay my bills and then, I don't know, I'm saving up the rest of my money for something. You never know what could happen in the future. Something could go wrong. No, work for your dream. If your dream, and it doesn't matter how crazy your dream seems, if your dream is to travel around the world on a yacht, work for that. That'll bring you the most satisfaction. Even just the journey of trying to get it is much more satisfactory than just saving up enough money in case anything happens. Okay. Towards the middle of the month, moving towards the end of the month, like maybe from the 16th through the 20th, I feel like you've got this Page of Pentacles. I mean, he feels like a page because he's given very little here. But you've got it in reverse, the Six of Pentacles. So as far as love goes here, it feels like some people might be interested in you, but you still seem caught up on this old love. You want to fix that because it feels like such a blemish on your record that you didn't succeed in that relationship from the past. Before you consider like really going back and trying to fix that old relationship, just really figure out, once you figured out what your dream is, this old relationship will either make complete sense or no sense at all. Okay? But you've got to really sort out what your end game is before you can figure out. Because look, if you come to the consideration that your dream is to travel around on a yacht, for the rest of your life, if that's how you really want to spend the rest of your life, if that old relationship, if that was their dream too, then yeah, it makes sense. But you wouldn't have known that unless you came up with this dream, unless you figured out what your dream is. However, if you come to find out that your dream is to become a recluse in the mountains, hey, listen, it could be somebody's dream, right? So if you come to find that that's your dream and you realize that that person that you are pining after, your old relationship, their dream was never to become a recluse in the mountains with you. then it doesn't make sense to go back there. There's not enough similarity in where you're headed to go back there. So it's like, even though the relationship didn't work out and, you did what you could to be responsible and dependable in that relationship, to love and adore that person, thank God you didn't spend so much time heading nowhere. Thank God it's over so that you can chase your dream. Okay. Towards I think you might even really come to the understanding towards the end of the month is, money can't buy you love. It cannot buy you love. Yes, it's an important factor in relationship dynamics, but if you were spending your money trying to prove how much you love someone, you'll see that's not the best use of your money. The best use of your money is always going to be chasing your dream. Okay? Towards the end of the month, the last 10 days. Hey, Rick Stewart, how are you? Listen, kick off your shoes, wash your hands, fix yourself a plate, make yourself a drink. You family now. Thank you for the fave. Okay, so Capricorn, the last 10 days of August sees you with this 4 of Cups in your business. So you've got the 6, the 5, the 4, I feel like, you are who you are and you expect what you expect in relationships. You want something that you can, not yet, I still have Leo to do. You have your expectations of what's going to satisfy you, and somebody flim-flam whimsy is not going to satisfy you in the long run if they're not as concrete and stable as you are, if they don't value longevity over emotion. It's not going to be something that you really want to invest yourself into, to open up to. But I wonder if this is a repeating pattern for you, Capricorn, where it's like you spend so much time withholding your emotion, trying to see the practicality of a situation, that you don't give people enough to go off of. Like you're not matching their interests with you, and so they are forced to believe that you're not interested, and they move on, or they become, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, oh, this person is too whimsical and too flimsy, too wishy-washy for me to share my emotions with. I'm not gonna get all involved so quickly, because they probably won't last anyway. What happens is that you don't give them any juice to, you don't water the relationship enough for them to want to last. Even if they did have the intention to stick it out with you, you have to be willing to nourish and nurture a situation in order for people to, you have to give your cup and accept others' cups at the same time. Okay. As far as your money goes for the last 10 days with that 4 of Cups there, it feels like you're very inclined to pass on a deal because it's based too much in emotion. You're not seeing the digits adding up, the practicality of it. And it's really the only thing that can convince you to do it or to make it make sense for you to get involved in this financial endeavor, it has to come from what you really want. Do you want something? Do you want to buy a yacht? Do you want to travel the world on a yacht? Well, somebody's selling a yacht. Do you want to buy it or no? You know, you got 4, 4, 10 here. I feel like you are so used to delaying satisfaction for yourself, delaying, you know, you're very careful. You don't want to make any moves, but just understand that once you know what you really want, what really makes you happy, what gets you going, not just a sense of responsibility, but what do you really desire? Just be sure that you understand, if you decide not to take someone up on this offer at the end of the month, just understand what you are forsaking. You're taking the back seat. You're letting your dreams take the back seat because it's not practical. And if you can live with that, so be it. However, just remind yourself and listen to your spirit that, you know, if you look back at your life now, look at all of the opportunities, all of the times when something has come across that you thought was, it touched you, it made your heart, but you were too apprehensive, you know, too practical to dive in. Look at how many things you've let go, and what do you have to show for it? Did it get you the result that you deserved? Okay. You also have this 4 of Wands here. I like it because I feel like once you realize, like, at some point, I'm going to have to take a chance, be spontaneous, not be the most practical person. You know, miracles happen not because of anything else, because they are a miracle. So in your love life, serendipity, I'm hearing, you know, if you are constantly pushing away opportunities because they're not practical, because you found so many reasons why not, you just need one good reason why. Go to the party. Go ahead, get up, get dressed, okay? You know, when you put it on, you look fantastic, Capricorn. So stop, you know, sequestering yourself, and just, if somebody invites you, go ahead, because it could really turn out to be just the thing you needed towards the end of the month here. This is also like, keep your eyes open as far as financially. I just get this real sense of serendipity. It's like, if you are able to just go off of a whim for once, put away that old way of thinking where everything has to be hard for all in one. Sometimes maybe God, maybe the universe just wants to bless you up with something because you like it, not because you worked hard for it, not because of all of the practical reasons why, not because you outperformed everyone. Maybe you just happened to get lucky. You call the number on the side of that house that's for sale, and it turns out it's your friend from way back, and they were going to sell it to somebody else for a whole price, but they rather just give it to you. Take it. Overall, towards the end of the month, you have this 10 of Swords here. And, you know, nobody wants to see this 10 of Swords, maybe except maybe a Gemini. They don't mind. Like, at least you know the facts, huh? However, take your losses. This is like saying you could just keep living in the shadow of the failed relationship and trying to go back and fix it and plug up the holes back then. Or you could look at it like, thank God that shit is over. Now I can move on. Okay? I can start a relationship that is more to my liking. If it's with someone more practical, less whimsical, less, more along your style, more mature. Okay? But you have to take a chance here. And I know, Capricorn, you like the youth, you like to see, you respect people that have that optimism and everything, only so that you could stand in kind of comparison and say, well, that's one way, but I also believe in working very hard, being very dependable, climbing the ladder step by step, not rushing or trying to take a rocket to the top. Okay. I feel like there is some kind of solution on the horizon as far as your money goes. You've been doing the same thing for so long, and the plan, yes, it's working, it's going slowly but surely. You're putting your money into it. You keep taking these little L's and having to fight the good fight and everything. I just really wish you'd believe in serendipity. Let's get you your advice for the month here. In love, it feels like you might have really been trying to figure out a way back into an old relationship. And overall, this is like, this person has made their mind up. There is no second chance coming around. There's nothing you can say or do to get back in that person's good graces. So carry on, move on, okay? Let the old thing go. Okay? Two can play that game. If it's over, it's over. You showed them your heart. You showed them you were willing to try, and you know what? They're not interested. So you get to move on here. And it feels like, as far as money is concerned this month, you really need a breath of fresh air into your money-making plans. You've really got to ask, I feel like you got to ask God, the universe, whatever you believe in, for a sign, a miracle, something to happen that will shake up your normal routine. Because it feels like just for every step you take forward, something comes in, pushes you a step back. So I don't know. It's kind of like giving me, I just feel like you've been trying to put your efforts in the wrong direction. If you were to look to a new direction, something different, something passive, something that you don't have to put so much energy in. Trap God, welcome home. Something that you don't have to put so much energy into, something that you don't have to sacrifice so much of your time. It will pan out for you a lot better this month. I hope this reading is helpful for you, Capricorn. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe on this video so that more people can get the message. And I'll see you next month, okay? Thanks.